Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. And it is a sunny Montana. We have been having record highs, like unseasonably warm in the early 80s, in the low 80s, which has been really nice. On the one hand, the sad part is it's going to be gone here in the next couple days. But we have been enjoying it, at least while I've been here. It was nice and warm over the weekend. I was gone. And so my son was able to enjoy it and wearing shorts and turning off the heater and opening up the windows. It's been wonderful to sleep with the windows wide open instead of just cracked a little bit, have some of the windows open during the day or in the evenings. Whew, how much do you like to have your windows open? Comment windows if you like having your windows open, because I know I totally do. Good morning, Missy. Great to have you on here. I'm getting a jump start also on May 4th, tomorrow, wearing my Star Wars stuff early because I have my Yoda shirt. That's my May 4th shirt. But I've got to wear my Grogu too because he's like just the cutest little thing. I have a little... I don't know, I'm going to decorate today for tomorrow, and then everything else will turn into graduation stuff after that. But got to have my Grogu, right? He's just the cutest little thing ever. All right. Yay, Yoda. Yeah. The shirt I have is free words of wisdoms, and it's one of those things where when people pull off with they're selling something and they have little tabs with their numbers, well, it's got Yoda's picture, and then it's got tabs of all his words of wisdom. It's one of my all-time favorite shirts. I've had it for a long time. Yeah, because Kichar and I used to have matching ones when he was younger, and I still have mine, and he outgrew his. So haven't seen it since. Otherwise, I'd get him another one. If I ever find it, I will. So my question for you up there on Facebook and down there on YouTube is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your favorite citrus? Okay, or how much do you like citrus, and then what is your favorite citrus? I like all citrus. I'm not sure I have, I don't think there's any I don't like. Blood oranges are okay, not one of my all-time favorites. There's a lemon that's really big, really thin skin, supposedly really great for baking. I can't think of what it's called right now. That one was interesting because it was more like an orangey lemon, not really one that you would necessarily make lemonade out of. It had just this weird sweet flavor instead of the sour of a lemon. We do lime water every morning. Squeeze some lemon into a glass, put a little bit of water in. We drink that every morning before we have our celery juice. But this morning I was making what I would have to probably say is my favorite, grapefruit juice. Sadly, it's not the Texas Red, so it doesn't look quite as grapefruity as Texas Red does, but it just tastes so good. It makes me happy. I don't know. It's weird. It's become this thing for me, is grapefruits. I gotta have grapefruits. I gotta have grapefruits. I even use grapefruit doTERRA essential oil on my wrists as my perfume because I don't wear perfumes anymore. So I've just really, Meyer lemon. Yes, the Meyer lemon. It had a weird flavor, but Costco was out of limes and lemons, so we bought the Meyer lemons to use because we do our citrus, our lime water or lemon water in the morning if we're out of limes. But the Meyer lemons are weird. Grapefruit makes you think of your mom. Well, I trust good thoughts of your mom. So, oh, you like clementines. I'll eat them, but they're just a lot of work for the little bit of fruit. So, post pics. Hi, Covina. Good morning. Post pictures of myself tomorrow in my Star Wars. I will, if that's what you're referring to. I definitely will. So, yes. Awesome. That's good. I'm glad you have good thoughts. It's funny because some people, grapefruit juice is either a love it or hate it. And then there's those in the middle. And then I've recently come across a number of people who love it, but they can't drink it or eat it because it doesn't mix well with whatever medications they're on. So I thought that was very interesting, that the grapefruit, something that they could do other citrus, but they can't do grapefruit. There's something in the grapefruit that doesn't mix with their medications. I can't even imagine. the Star Wars gear. Yes, I will. I've had this sweatshirt. This is the original Star Wars stuff, pictures from the original movies. And I've had it for years. And I've had to be very careful, make sure not to leave it anywhere, because I've had people threaten to take it. They want it so bad. Weird, weird, weird. All right, but today, even though I'm wearing my Star Wars gear, we're going to talk Paper Pumpkin, because it is Wednesday, so it is Paper Pumpkin Playdate, and I love this kit. Paper Pumpkin is an all-inclusive kit. It comes to your mailbox every month when you subscribe. You can either prepay for it or you can take month to month. The price just did go up $1 per kit. So on your month to month, it's $24.50. It's still a great bargain. And you get so much for it. And if you prepay, then of course, the more months, consecutive months you prepay for, then the cheaper it gets. Okay, because you can do 1 month prepaid, which would just give you $1 off, $23.50. You can do 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. And I don't have those prices written down yet. I need to create a new graphic for that so that I can show you, but it's still a good deal. And it's one of the best craft kits out there, I think, for a subscription kit. All right, so all you have to do, because it's all inclusive, is find a pair of scissors, which I know you have these in your house. Everything comes in the kit that you need to make what's in the kit. With your very first kit, you will get a clear block that you can then use repeatedly over and over and over. So make sure you keep it with your scissors. That way you don't forget where it is. All right, so that's one idea for that. We also have, so these come in the kit, we also have the ergonomics. So if you're wanting to take your kit experience up to the next level, to just make things that much easier, that much simpler, getting these blocks and having a few of them make it nice, because then you don't have to clean your stamp every time and swap it out constantly. You can just have a few blocks on your, that looks kind of dark there. You can have a few blocks on your table when you're stamping, and you can use this one and then trade them out. Now, if you get any of our other kits, they all come with blocks also. You can also glue them together, and I would recommend using the Stamp and Seal Plus. It's designed for 3D projects and things where you really want it to stick. And so you can glue a couple of these together, and then they'll be a little thicker. So that's another possibility, just to make it that much easier. These work perfectly fine. There's no problems with them. I'm just talking if you want to take it to the next level and get a few extra things to just make your kit experience that much better than it already will be. There's always an ink spot in it. Sometimes there's 2 ink spots in it. This time around it's shaded spruce, which I forgot to grab. And I'm going to go ahead and use my regular ink pad, because I use these for demonstrations, and then I use these as giveaways in my classes. And then we have our photopolymer stamp set, and the photopolymer stamps are exclusive to Paper Pumpkin. You can't get them anywhere else. If you do find them somewhere else that's not like Etsy or eBay, where people are selling them after they've used them, then they're probably counterfeit, and we don't want to support that. All right, so these are great stamps. This is With Deepest Sympathy. Enjoy your day. I'm grateful for all the little things you do. Celebrate today. Then there's some dots. There's a flower, and there's a little bit of greenery type stamp. All right, so then we have our no-fail instructions. This is another one of the things that I love about our all-inclusive kits, is they have no-fail instructions. So if you think you're not creative, that's okay. This does all the creativity for you, and it guides you through it all. On the back, it shows what ingredients are in the kit, the colors that coordinate with the kit in case you wanted to do more or get colors that coordinate instead of just what comes with it. And then it also gives you some ideas for some alternates, which is super fun. And then you have on this page, you have your different cards, the ingredients that go with it. There is a little typo right here. It should be 1, 2, 3. You have the ruler here, so you don't even have to go look for a ruler. It's already added along the side for cutting your baker's twine or ribbon, whatever comes in the kit. And then you can see no fail instructions. It's got arrows showing you where to put everything. The little dots are the glue dots. The little hexagons are the dimensionals, because all that comes in the kit. So these are super fun. These are the cards as designed. Oops, I have to remake the one I took to the funeral or to the memorial last weekend. So there's this card. Then there was this card, which is the one that I took. Oops, there we go. That's dark. Why is that not? All right, come on. There we go. So that one says, with deepest sympathy. You'll see it. I'm going to be making another one, not today, but I'll make another one for the future. Then there's this one with these flowers. I love the little bit of foiling in there. And then last week we used some of the negatives and we did our circles, and I wanted to show you I did the envelope flap as well. And then we had this one. All right. Now, along with this kit, there was another little extra, which is fun. The month before we had an extra stamp set. This time we had a little box organizer, and we talked about the different ways you can use it. I'm going to do a post. I would love to see what you do with your organizer, whether you do it for your ink spots or whether you do it for some of the extras that come in the kits. Then next month, and you'll want to make sure to subscribe before the 10th of May, next month is the in color one. So these are the new in colors. We have Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Moody Mauve, and Pebbled Path. And those colors will be used in this next kit. All right, they start off with a black and white, and then inside we'll be using the colors. So that'll be really cool to see what they do with that. So let's get started. This morning, or last night before I went to bed, I knew what I was going to do. And this morning when I was making that grapefruit juice, I totally changed my mind. And now I can't even remember what I had planned because I'm so excited to do this. So these are the gems that come in the kit. And then you have your glue dots and your dimensionals as well. I use, oh no, I guess I have used these. These are larger glue dots. Sometimes you get littler glue dots, so I always keep my glue dots because then you can interchange them and use them. And then the dimensionals, I have a started one, so I'll use that instead of this. So I'm going to, these are my extra skeletons. And let's see. All right, so I'm going to be using this card. Let's see, yeah, with that, not with that base. I'm going to change things out. Which one? I'm going to use this card base. All right. So I'm changing things out. What I like to do is everything that goes in here. So these are the flowers for the other card that I gave away. I like to mix some things up. And so I'm mixing some things up today. I think we're going to use that one. We'll see. So like I said, I knew what I was doing last night, and then today I just all of a sudden changed my mind. While I was making that juice, I just got this great brainstorm and decided to run with it. So we're going to set those there. Now, Missy sent me something where Rachel Tessman used these pieces and turned them into ducks. So she just colored, she put an eye on it, and she colored the beak orange. I was thinking last night of changing them into swans because they have that light, nice long neck, and then you would just do your eye and then change the beak to black instead of orange. So I'm keeping these because I might just do something like that. I thought it was really cute what she did, and you can go find that on Facebook or at Stamp Your Art Out. But it was really cute that she kept these and turn them into ducks. I thought that was really quite an ingenious idea. Not sure that it would have occurred to me, but she thinks outside the box, right? See, this one would make a great duck or swan. But I really thought that these ones that have their neck really long would make a really cute swan versus a duck. But it's ingenious. It really is. There's quite a few of them on here. See, here's another one that you could do. I don't think you could do this one. Maybe it would have a funky sort of head. But anyway, so I'm keeping all those little pieces just in case something else comes to mind. Oh goodness, and I forgot to add my cord. My battery's about to die. So excuse me real quick while I go get my cord and plug in, because we don't want the machine to die, right? I can't believe I forgot my cord. Of course, it's not the first time, so you all know I have my moments. It's been one of those mornings, and it's not even Monday. Can you believe that? It's not even Monday. Had to get a young man out of the house for an AP test this morning. He had to be out early, so I had to be up earlier. And now I'm getting warm. So that's not normal for me, right? To be saying I'm warm. All right, let me see. What do we have going on here? Grapefruit. Yes, good thoughts. Yes, Star Wars gear, less expensive, never cheaper. Oh, I get it. Okay, yes. The kits are less expensive the more months you subscribe to. They are not cheaper because you get all the same stuff, and it's really not cheap stuff. It's really some pretty amazing stuff. All right, do I really want to use this? I don't think I want to use this one. I think we're going to cut our own card base today. That one's not doing anything for me. So we want to do 5.5 by 8.5, score it at 4.25. So we're going to use a white card base. All right. And, oh, this isn't the right kind of card base. This is, all right. Let's go get the white one in here. The white one out of here. There's a white one. Or should I use this one? I guess I could use this one. We're cutting this up. No, I really don't want it that way. I don't want the petal pink. Just not in the mood for petal pink today. So here we go. Nope. Where is the plain white? Here we go. We'll just use this one. That way I don't have to go find a card base. I should learn to have some white card bases at my counter. And I've cut my head off, haven't I? All right, so let's try this again. We'll use our bone folder. This would be another thing that you could get from the store, from the online store, to just help with your card bases like that. All right, it's a bone folder, and it just helps you crease your card so that it lays down a little flatter. All right. Trying to decide if I want to go up. I think I want to go upright. We're going to use our scissors. And I'm going to follow this line here. Let me zoom in for you. We're going to follow this line here, and I want to keep the same distance, so I'm going to cut over here just to keep it smooth like that. Oop, that was a little bit rough. There we go. Smooth it out, and then let's see. We want to follow along over here. I'm going to cut it there. Then I'm going to cut it here. so we're going to take it apart. I decided it wouldn't make a very good mask because there weren't very many. I was thinking of the leaves, but when you turn it over, you'd have to draw everything in and color it in, so I decided, no, I'm not going to do that, but I am going to cut it apart. There we go, like that. And so now we just need to cut this one right here. So I'm going to kind of go around it in a circular or a curved way. This is the side that I want to use, so I want to kind of fix that so it's not quite so flat, I guess you could say. There. So just like that. And we're going to have this at the top of our card. All right, so, no, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. We might be flipping back and forth. I'm going to even get that petal pink one. What we're going to do is we're going to add some, we'll have to see. We're going to add some grapefruits. So I'm going to get out my Sweet Citrus stamp set. And I have the dies over here too, because we'll be doing that. This is from the Spring Mini, but it carried over into the new catalog, and you can see it's already very well loved. All right, so let's just go ahead. I'm going to just tear this off. Let's just go ahead over here, and I now have 2 blocks so that I can put this one on one of them, like that, and then I can have this one on the other one, like this. And then I don't have to keep switching it out. When I used it for Card Club earlier this month, in April, we had to keep switching it out, which is a little bit of a pain. So now I have 2 of them, and that way I don't have to do that. So we're going to go ahead and use this piece, put this here. We're going to do the rind first. I find it easier to do the rind first. And I'm going to go ahead and use the crushed curry, since Mango Melody is no longer a color for us. Super sad about that. Now, if you have Mango Melody, by all means, use it for the citrus if you're doing this, because it just really looks awesome. It really gives it that color. All right, so we're going to cut it like this, or not cut it, stamp it like that. You can also use the Daffodil Delight, but grapefruit tends to be a little bit light, a little bit darker in yellow. For lemons, I would highly recommend using the Daffodil Delight. And then we're going to use the Calypso Coral for the inside of our grapefruit. And when you have larger stamps, it's easier to use the pad and just tap it down versus manhandling these. All right, so then I want to center it on there. And what I look at is I look at this piece right here and try and line this up within it. And then I look at the others as well. All right, like that. And there we have our grapefruit. Then we're going to bring over our card. We're going to want to cut this off so that it fits nicely in here. And we have our die. All right. So what you're going to do is take this, you're going to put this in here, and it's going to kind of lock in. Then we're going to flip it over like this, turn this around, and what I usually do is I start with the whole lemon there, And then I pull this in and I start measuring it to look and see if it's catching right here. And then I see this one's off, so then I'm going to move it a bit until all of them are in there. There we go. Oop. Like that. And then you close it to hold it in place. And then we're going to bring our Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. And this time it is going to cut and emboss at the same time. That's the cool part about these hybrid embossing folders. Going to use that one and stick that down. And then run it through like that. Did you hear the popping and cracking? Everybody say pop and crack if you heard it. All right, let's see. Kavina, what are you up to this week? And Missy, what are you up to this week? All right, so now you can see that it has cut it out, and you can see that it embossed. Oops, you can't see that way. There you go. You can see that it embossed there, and then you can see here that it embossed, and now it looks like the pulp is going to jump out of this fruit. So we have it embossed. You can see the other side that it really is embossed, and here as well. All right, and then this one even has some embossing as well. You can see that better on that side. Okay, so I'm not going to use this because it does look definitely like a lemon. Move this out of the way. Turn our light back on. And then bring our card stuff over here. Let's see. Are we going to use... All right, I think I want to go ahead and use, instead of, I would use this flower, because I want a few little flowers, but I'd have to fussy cut every single one of them. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and use one of these and use this stamp right here and just stamp a flower that way, and that way I don't have to, I can just quickly do that. And I'm going to use, let's see, maybe I will use, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the crushed curry because it just outlines it. It doesn't color it in. There we go. And then the cool thing that it has is it has those centers. So then we have these little blocks that we can put the centers of the flowers on. And I'm going to go ahead and use then the Calypso Coral. That way we're tying in those colors as my centers. And you don't want to squish them too hard because they have a little design, and if you squish it too hard, then you won't be able to see that little design. It'll just look like a blob, and we don't want blobs. All right, so everybody say no blobs. We don't want blobs in our cards. All right, and we've got the leaves there, so we don't need to cut out any leaves. We'll just use this die real quick to cut out those flowers. And we'll have 3 flowers because we like odd numbers, right? I didn't even count if I got odd number of leaves on there, but that's okay. There we go. Put that in. Guess you can't see it because I've got it off screen because I'm so zoomed in. Let's get you back out here. All right. So they have 2 of each of these in the set of dies, 2 extra large flowers, 2 sets of leaves, and 1 set of the citrus. So that is pretty nice that they have added that, so that if you are having to cut a whole lot of them, it won't take you as much time because they've got duplicates of the leaves and the flowers. All right, so we're going to just kind of lay it out here. We need a sentiment. I'm trying to decide which sentiment to use. That's Calypso Coral, so that matches. All right. I'm going to put the flowers actually up here to kind of hide that branch. Up there like that. All right, so I'm thinking, and you can help me out here because I know sometimes I overthink. Do we want to go ahead and have the petal pink color behind there? So do we want to have the petal pink? And then do we want this? Do we want this? Let's see. All right, so let's see what sentiments we have. We have enjoy your day. Thanks a bunch. I like the enjoy your day. And that one would work perfectly right there. So we're going to do that in the shaded spruce because I like dark sentiments. Let's bring that over here. Center that. There we go. Enjoy your day. All right. You think the pink? You like the color behind it? All right. So I'm going to add just a little bit behind that. That's a little too much pink for me. I'm going to add some of this sprig behind it because you really can't have too much on plants, can you? And I think we'll do it in the green to kind of tie those colors in so it's not two separate pieces of card. All right, so let's kind of take a look at this. We're going to put this here. And then we're going to have these here. All right, so I'm going to do that over there. Do that right there. Do that right there. Just to add a little bit to it. I think this is coming together beautifully. We're going to put dimensionals on the back here of this because, yeah, it needs to be lifted, right? All right, so let's go ahead and get plenty of dimensionals down so we don't have any sagging. We don't want sagging, no sagging allowed. Make sure it's not showing. And then of course we want one here. And I think we want one here. And that's probably good. I think we need something right there. That's not going to fit, so we're going to use a mini right there and right there. All right, so we're going to lay that one up there like that. Here we go. All right, looks like the morning peeking through. Yes, unfortunately we can't use that side unless I cut it off. That would have looked really nice, but it wouldn't go. Whoop. All right, I've got those. I'm trying to grab the same ones. All right, gotta look for the not sticky side. All right. Yes, and it goes, you know, the petal pink goes with the grapefruit and everything. So I've seen people where they take the petal pink Stampin' Blend and they add some pink to the rind because grapefruit tends to have some pink in the rind. There we go, like that. And then we're going to do dimensionals on the back of these as well. Like this. So I've got this one over here. This one over here. So just a little bit of green peeking out. Oop, that got a little close to the bottom there, didn't it? And then the Enjoy Your Day, we'll go ahead and stick that on dimensionals and pretty much dimensionalize everything on our card today, because that's just the kind of card it is today. I don't typically put dimensions on everything, but this card just really screams it. There we go. All right, and then we have our little flowers, which we will not put on dimensionals. Oh. That got sticky. All right, so we're going to put this one over here. We're going to put one of these little ones over here. I've gotten so into this that I apologize. I've been super kind of quiet. It seems like I haven't been talking very much like I usually do, but I've gotten so into this card that it's just, yeah, cute. I feel like it needs a bow. But I don't think I want to use the black. I think I want to use the Calypso Coral. And I don't know. What do you think? Bow or no bow? We could put just a little bow down here. Let's see. Help me out. Bow or no bow? Of course, if you're watching this on replay, you won't be able to vote. But make sure you let me know that you're watching this on replay. And if you have any questions about what I did or how I did, feel free to ask and I will be sure to answer. So we could put a little bow right there. Yeah, I think that looks cute. Sentiment looks crooked. The card is actually a little crooked. The sentiment kind of goes around the bend. It's got a curve to it already. So like the sentiment itself is kind of crooked, if you can see that. The sentiment itself, it's kind of designed to kind of go on that. I thought so at first too, Missy. And then I was like, no, it looks like it's just that way. All right, so another tool to make your kit experience that much better and simpler, especially when it comes to glue dots, is our Take Your Pick tool. So I'm going to set that glue dot right there, pop that up, roll it down just a little bit. And of course you can do this with a fingernail, but I'm telling you, for a person who has fingernails, this is way easier. And then we'll just pop that little bow right there. Oh yeah, it just needed that little bit. Just that little bit. Just spruced it right up. All right, so now, since I didn't do that before, it's a little harder. You should do that before you get all your stuff on your card. But I think that came out pretty fresh, didn't it? Came out pretty fresh, and I'm just going to use a regular, let me just grab that, a regular envelope, not the blue envelope. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my flap through here. So what you do is you put this fold right up to the line here, like that. Hold it like that, and then you will put it on your plate like this, and you'll have this one on top. Move these other plates over, bring this in, run this through here, and I like to do this with my, I think I just hit that and made it crooked. Let's see. I did. Darn. All right, well, that's okay. I accidentally bumped it. Let's see, I bumped it, and so you can see that it got shoved in there a little too far, but it still embossed this part of it. So that just gives it a little extra oomph to dress up your envelope so that you're not sending a completely plain envelope, because we don't want to send plain envelopes. When you've done so much to make your cards so pretty, you want to do a little something something to the envelope, right? So here we have our little something something. So this is our alternate for this week, and now I still have, for another card, I still have this. So I would just trim this off here and trim around to just give it a smooth edge like that, so that you can't tell. Same up here, I would cut this off this way, and then for this one I would do a little bit of a point down to that leaf part like that. And so now you can use this on another top of a card or on the bottom of a card, depending on what you want. But so you still have more. Oh, I didn't even pop all those out. You still have more that you can do with this. So it just extends your cards so that you have more out of it. So super pretty, super cute. All right, so that is our alternate for today. I want to thank you for joining me. Ooh, that got really dark. The sun's weird today. Happy accident. Yeah, happy accidents are always great. Take your pick all the way. Yes, Missy is a total fan of Take Your Pick. She was about ready to give up on kits and stamping if it weren't for this tool, because she hated glue dots. And now she has no problem using glue dots because she has this little baby. So it comes with, ooh, that is the UPS guy with a package for me. And I think it's my Stampin' Up! Goodies from the incentive trip. I'm not going on the incentive trip to Norway, the cruise to Norway, because it's at the same time as track state finals. So I need to be here to support my son. And so I'm not going, but I still get all the pillow goodies. If that's what that is, you'll see me back here a little bit later today, because I will unbox it for you so you and I can see it at the same time. But beware, I will be so super excited. It's going to be super contagious, and I'm probably going to be bouncing off the walls without caffeine. Anyways, this has a putty end, and it comes with 2 of them. And then you have this point side. Then you can twist it and turn it, and it is the flat spatula side that you can use. And so many uses. And then it also comes with the embossing styluses, 2 different size, fat and skinny. I don't use it on here. You can. I have the scoring board, so I just use the stylus that comes with that. But you can use it. And then all of that is $10. And now they have a new edition in the catalog that I can't quite remember, but I'll let you know next time. There's a new edition that you can buy something. You can get the brush that goes with this and everything. So super cool, super fun, super handy. Like, I've been crafting for, I don't know, 25 years. I don't know how I ever crafted without this. Between this and the tweezers, these are my 2 extra hands to help make crafting easier. So thanks for joining me, Covina. Thank you, Missy, for joining me. And I will see you all probably a little later for another impromptu live. I'll give you about a 15-minute notice of an impromptu live to come see my pillow goodies. They were supposed to be delivered yesterday, so I'm guessing that's what it is. So I will let you know. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday for Mystery Make Along, and I will get that email and that post done today or tomorrow. So have a great one, everybody. Enjoy, enjoy. See you next time.